Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is part 3 of Art in Lockdown and I thought I would show you a gold leaf tutorial today. I have been asked to do this a few times, so I thought it'd be lovely to do a painting of the world, especially as the whole world is suffering right now. I've got a canvas here. It's actually one that already has a painting on it. I didn't really like this painting. It looks okay on camera, but it's sort of a bit messy, really. And basically I've run out of canvases, really, because I can't get them from the shops. So I'm going to use this to paint over. What I want to do first is cover my surface, because I've got lovely surface here and I don't want to get it messy. So I'm just using this plastic covering, which you can usually get from any homeware, depot wear shops, and I'm just going to roll that out. And then next I'm just going to paint the whole thing black. So I've got some black paint here, Crawford and Black. This does the job really well and it's super cheap, as you can see, £2 in the UK. So I've also got just a thick brush for now, just to put the first layer on. Usually with the second layer I like to use a sponge because it gives it a really even finish. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And just make sure you also get the sides. Right, once you've done all the sides and the front, then because I'm just wanting to hurry things along, I'm just going to use a hairdryer to actually dry it off. Okay, so that's all dry. I don't know if you can see in the camera much, but it's got lines going down and I just don't like that effect. So when I do my second coat, I usually use a sponge, like a scourer or just a washing up sponge or whatever you've got basically. And these ones are good because you can kind of pinch them together here and then pat. So I like to use this to do my last coat. It's got a couple of bubbles in it, but that's just from the painting that I had on it before, so you guys shouldn't have that in your painting. So I'm just going to put a bit more paint here, and then I'm going to use that to pat along. So just make sure your surface is clean. I'm going to start with probably going to start with the sides actually, because then I won't have to hold it. So I'm just going to pop some on my sponge there and just pat on these sides, and then I'm going to do the same thing, just starting from one corner to the next. So I think that's done, and I'm gonna whack the hairdryer on that as well, and also wash my sponge. If you wash it like straight away, then it'll be a lot easier than leaving it to dry. Okay, so my canvas is all dry. The sides are dry as well, so that is all ready to go. And what I want to do is draw part of the world as if we're looking from space. So I've got an image that I found on my phone, which is this one, and it's Europe and Africa. Basically you can pick any part of the world that you want to draw. So I'm drawing the UK and Africa because I live in England. I'm going to just keep that there, and what I'm going to do is use a pencil. If pencil shows up okay on black, if you're really finding it hard to see the pencil, then maybe use a white pencil, but I'm usually okay seeing lead on black. And I'm going to imagine the world is in the centre of the picture. So what I can do is just draw little guidelines at the top and bottom so I can imagine how big it is. And I can always rub those out later. If you find it easier, maybe use something that's circle to draw around so that you've got the rough size. So I'm going to start by drawing the sections of the land that I can see. I'm not going to do it in too much detail. Okay, so I've drawn out my world roughly. This is roughly what I can see on my picture. I might have missed out a few countries, I don't know. Anyway, what I'm going to use, so I've got gilding paste, otherwise known as size. If you haven't got this, then you can kind of use prick stick. It's not going to work as well, but you can try and use prick stick. I mean, it's going to be a bit difficult to get it in all the little lines, but I suppose you could sort of cut some off and maybe squash it a bit, or use PVA. I don't know, you'd have to try it out yourselves. I'm using gilding paste. I've also got this, which is apparently a colour shaper. I'm not completely sure what that is. I just found it in the whole load of paintbrushes that I have, and this is great because I can get into all the tiny little nooks and crannies. So I use that, but you can use a paintbrush, a thin paintbrush. And then I've also got a soft brush which I use to brush off the excess. You really don't want a rough brush or anything that's too hard because it will damage the gold leaf. And then obviously you need your gold leaf. So in the past I've used liquid gold. You can have a look at my video, which I'm going to link up here now. And that's just a video where I tried lots of different techniques and tried 3 different types of gold leaf. So if you're interested, check that out. Today I'm just going to use Imitation Gold leaf, which is quite cheap. I'll put everything in the links below. And it comes in these sort of packets here, and you can get lots of different colours. This is gold, but I've also got silver and a copper kind of colour, which is nice. So I'm going to use the gold today. So the first thing I'm going to do is just shake up my size. What I'm going to do is pop my brush in there, and I'm going to start to put it on small sections. So as soon as you've placed a tiny bit down, I would grab some gold leaf. You can use your fingers because this gold leaf isn't like real gold leaf where it's super fragile. And I'm just going to tear a piece off that will cover that. And you might need to like move bits around. And once it's on there, just tap it and then just leave it there, and we can let it dry as we're working with the next lot. So I'm going to work on the next little section here. Obviously make sure your entire painting is dry before you do this, because the gold leaf will stick to anything that is slightly wet. So I'm just going to carry on with this process, and then I will show you once I'm near the end. Okay, so I finished placing all the gold leaf down in the sections that I had size or glue, and what I'm going to do is just kind of use this dry brush just to really pat it all down. Don't try to brush it off yet, I'm just using it to pat it down. I prefer not to use my fingers too much just because fingers do have moisture on them, so using anything that's dry is going to be the best thing to do at this stage. And I'm just patting it really softly down, just making sure that every area which has glue on it is sticking to the gold leaf. And then what I'm going to do is leave it for probably around an hour just to really let everything dry, and then I'm going to show you the next part. Hi guys, so it's been an hour, I've just left it to dry, and now I'm going to use my brush to brush off the excess. So really softly, just try and wipe off any excess. Try and go in a few different directions and it should come off fairly easily. And if there's any sections that you're not happy with, you can always go over it later, so don't worry about that. So at this point you can kind of press a bit harder just to make sure that every loose bit is off, because all the little extra bits we're just going to add in a minute, and it's better that the loose bits come off now and we correct it than it falls off later on. So all we're going to do is get a bit more glue, pop it on the areas. I'm just going to use tweezers this time. Just grab up some of these extra bits that you can use and just pop on those sections. Okay, so that's it finished. I want to show you in different light because it looks absolutely beautiful in other lights. So I'm just going to show you that now. Okay, so this is it in different lights. You can see how when it hits the light, it shines. And I just think it looks really beautiful. And to have it up on your wall or something would just look so beautiful. I think this would look amazing as a really large painting with a bit more detail in it. But today I just wanted to do like quite a simple, easy tutorial for you guys, just to see how it turns out on canvas. It's got a nice bit of texture there. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial today. I actually really enjoyed doing it for you. And let me know if you guys try it, and I would love to see the results as well. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye guys! Now I don't know if some of you have realised, but after filming this video I actually realised that I completely missed the UK. It's added on there now, but I'm really sorry about that. I seem to have missed my own country. Thanks again for watching. See you all soon. Bye.